NASA funding uncertainty threatens European Venus mission. The European Space Agency, ESA, faces a critical decision regarding its upcoming Venus mission. Envision as uncertainty surrounding NASA's funding for a key instrument looms. Despite a hard deadline for launch in 2033, ESA remains in the dark about whether the United States will continue to support the project. The Envision mission and the VENSAR instrument, set to begin construction in 2025. Envision aims to map Venus, atmosphere, and geology with unprecedented detail. Crucially, the mission relies on a high-resolution synthetic aperture radar, called VENSAR, being developed by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL. This instrument is designed to map the planet's surface in 3 dimensions at a resolution of up to 3 feet, 10 meters. The problem: the Trump administration's proposed 2026 budget includes significant cuts to NASA's science funding, including VENSAR. While the U.S. Congress is working to restore some of these cuts, ESA officials suggest they cannot afford to wait indefinitely. According to sources, ESA should prepare to either build the instrument independently in Europe or risk years of delays. The launch window and potential delays: the mission must launch by 2033 to take advantage of a favorable planetary alignment. Missing this window would force ESA to wait at least 3 more years for the next opportunity, severely impacting the mission's timeline. Envision's Director of Science, Carol Mundell, acknowledges this urgency, stating, "We are in constant contact with NASA, but we also appreciate that NASA do continue to have some financial challenges. European capabilities and contingency plans. Europe possesses the technological capability to construct VENSAR domestically. The instrument was initially intended to be built by Airbus in the United Kingdom, and ESA member states are now considering this option if NASA funding remains uncertain. However, a swift decision is required to meet the 2033 deadline. Broader funding concerns for ESA: the potential cuts extend beyond Envision. At least 19 ESA missions could face funding shortfalls under the proposed U.S. budget. However, many of these collaborations are expected to be salvaged by congressional action, including the LISA gravity wave detector. Congressional response and NASA leadership: the U.S. Congress has proposed a budget that would largely restore NASA's science funding, allocating $7.25 billion for science in 2026, a significant improvement over the Trump administration's proposed $18.8 billion overall. Still, the confirmation of Jared Isaacman as NASA's next administrator has raised concerns among some experts due to his preference for commercial space technology. ESA Director General Joseph Ashbacher has not yet met with Isaacman to discuss priorities. ESA's expanding portfolio and exploration priorities. Despite these uncertainties, ESA has a busy year ahead, with 65 new satellites scheduled for launch. The BP Colombo spacecraft will arrive at Mercury in December, initiating scientific exploration of the planet in 2027. The Hera mission, launched in 2024, will analyze the effects of NASA's DART asteroid deflection experiment on the asteroid Dimorphos this year. However, ESA is also reevaluating its human and robotic exploration program due to insufficient funding commitments from its member states. The agency will set priorities by the end of February to align with the allocated budget of €22.1 billion, $25.63 billion, for the next 3 years. Ultimately, the future of Envision hangs in the balance, dependent on the outcome of U.S. budget negotiations and ESA's ability to secure alternative funding if necessary. The mission's success underscores the critical need for stable international cooperation in space exploration.